Hello and welcome to Secrets Mystery Manor. I'm your host, Psychic Zelda Kelly. Hello everyone and welcome to this special edition of Secrets Mystery Manor. That's right, it's special because I'm here to tell you. Well, first of all, welcome. I think I said that. I'm Zelda Kelly, and this is a special edition because it is about Friday the 13th. That's right, Friday the 13th. Where has it come from? Where does it derive from? Why is there such a stigma around this spooky day? Well, I don't know. We can dig into this a little bit and see what we can find. Some of the things that I found is that if you can see that the first of the month falls on a Sunday, you're bound to have a Friday the 13th that month. It's something we don't think about, isn't it? But it sure makes sense. And do you know that we can have up to 3 Friday 13ths in a year? Wow. Is Friday 13th lucky for you? Do you believe in it? Well, some of the superstitions that are, I guess, alongside of Friday the 13th are walking under a ladder, opening an umbrella in your home. Well, especially you don't want to do that if it's wet, right? Also, hanging a horseshoe above the doorway of your home. Make sure you hang it in the right way so the luck doesn't pour out. And make sure you hang it securely so it doesn't hit someone on the head when they pass through. How about a black cat going in front of your road? It's said, if you want to get into that a little deeper, if it's running away from you, then it's okay to pass, okay to travel. But if it's running towards you, you better look out. But it also says that if a black cat runs up to you, that it can be good luck. And the funny thing is, that happened to my dad. A black cat came up to him. Not only was she the sweetest little thing you'd ever see, the next day after my dad invited her in, she had a litter of 9 kittens. Yikes. We kind of chuckled about that. So did my dad have any bad luck? Well, I don't think so. He was around until he was 92. So there you go. Some of the other things, well, you stir your pot clockwise. You actually can walk around a table 9 times. There are so many things. Wives' tales mostly, but superstitions. Nothing to fear about. So where did this come from? Well, some of the Christian orientation that came from this, or origination rather, that came from the Friday the 13th was there were 13 guests at the Last Supper that included Jesus. Well, it was not only that, but it was the seating arrangement that they said were courting death. They knew Jesus was going to be crucified the next day. So this Last Supper was on what they call Maundy Thursday. That's Maundy, Thursday. And of course, the next day was Good Friday. That's when Jesus was crucified. That was one of the things. Now they say that 12 is such a great number, and it is, because we have the 12 tribes of Israel, we have the 12 apostles, we have all kinds of 12s. But the next day, or the next number, is a 13. And that's very frowned upon. So what else is there? Well, there's a very, very special king. And I say special because I don't think he was really, quite right? So he was a real stinker. On Friday, October 13th of 1307, King Philip IV of France ordered his officers to capture and accuse the Knights Templar of illegal acts. Now, who were the Knights Templar? Well, that's a pretty interesting group. They were a military and religious order, and they were formed to protect the Holy Land. But the King of France wanted their money, so he accused them of all types of bad things. They died heroes, and that they basically were slaughtered and executed. That wasn't so good, was it? Now, that was pretty unlucky for them. So that was another thing. Back to another thing that we can say that always happens is that we have a particular Westernized culture. We have the 12 days of Christmas, we have 12 months, the 12 signs of the zodiac, the 12 labors of Hercules. We have, there's like I said, the 12 tribes of Israel, and then there's the 12 gods of Olympus. The number 12 actually means completeness, but the number 13 is the one that they decided to stick. They decided to stick all the bad luck on. A funny tale was about a gentleman from New York. His name was Captain William Fowler. He lived in the late 1800s. Well, in the 1800s, all right. He was born in 1827 and died in 1897. But his job in life was to remove all the stigma around the bad luck of, Friday the 13th. So he formed the 13 Club. So these gentlemen would meet on the 13th day of the month. There would be 13 guests at the table. It would be called the 13th Club at this particular place called the Knickerbocker Cottage in New York. And it was in room 13. They had a 13-course dinner, and before the members could sit down, they were required to walk beneath a ladder and read on a banner in Latin. Now, I can't pronounce that, but it translates to, "Those of us who are about to die salute you." Now, I think I've heard that before in some other, maybe even in the movies, who knows. But the interesting thing is there were 4 U.S. presidents that belonged to this 13 Club. Those were Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, Theodore Roosevelt, and Chester A. Arthur. And you basically had to die off in order for a space to open up. And believe me, there was a waiting list. This was a very, very exclusive club to get into. Did you know that when you go into a older hotel, that there are no 13 floors? It skips over. It goes from 12 to 14. Many. Now, I don't know about nowadays and in more popular culture that we live in, but at the turn of the last century, you wouldn't dare put a 13th floor in a hotel or a parking area or an apartment building or any of those types of places. Absolutely was forbidden to do that. In fact, if a contractor did that and he built a 13th floor and he named it a 13th floor, it was said that that contractor and the architect and the owner of the building would have nothing but bad luck. Almost the same as breaking a mirror, only you get how much more many years of bad luck? So I think in the most recent years, many of us know that really, really popular movie from 1980 called Friday the 13th, where this madman by the name of Jason, who wore a hockey mask, would kill in his way. I mean, there was just no way. He would just kill everybody. Friday the 13th. And how many are there now? Friday the 13th, whatever, 68? It seems like it. What a popular franchise that was. And it really, really had a very, very big following and still does. You see it every Halloween come out, and people flock to see this movie. So how do you really feel about Friday the 13th? Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's another day, but it always seems for me to be a little luckier, a little nicer, and I smile a little more. I don't know why. I think I just can't buy into that. I mean, it's not really something that you can avoid many times. To me, it's like maybe a planetary phase or a moon phase. It's something that you have to be concerned about and you have to watch. But today is Friday the 13th. And I would love to know what you have to say about Friday the 13th. And if you believe in it, you don't have to fear, because there's nothing to fear. It's a mindset. Friday the 13th is a mindset. And if you believe it's an unlucky day, it will be. So I want to thank you all for being here on this wonderful Friday the 13th, having this little chat with me. And I also want to thank Psychic Secrets for giving us this platform. It's a lot of fun, and I'm just so glad to be here and to be with you today, May 13th, Friday of 2022. So you be safe, you be well, and you have a very brave heart. And I'll see you again next time on Secrets Mystery Manor. Bye for now. Until next time, thanks so much for listening. I just love this, don't you?